Can I ask you something that I have no clue on? And I think it's a Pete Davidson quote at this point. But what the fuck is an NFT, and how do they work, and how do they work in photography? And like, can you explain this to me? You seem like the right person to at least level with me here.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is always such a funny conversation because there's like this unbelievably polarized universe where there's people who like won't shut up about NFTs, and then there's other people that won't shut up about them because they hate them so much. But so I'm right in the middle. I appreciate the concept, and I've made a couple, but I'm not like a fanatic either way. But an NFT is just a non-fungible token, which just means like it's not just a JPEG that you can right click save or like screenshot. That's not the exact same thing. It's locked into a cryptocurrency blockchain so that it is unique and identifiable. It's kind of like if I like printed a photo and I wrote print number one and then signed it. Like you can
It's like that, just
photocopy
digitized.
that or like get an exact same print, but it's not the one that I signed and wrote number one on, you know?
Yeah.
Um, and so it's just basically like the digital version of that. And so I do see like huge potential in non-transferable or duplicatable. There's a word for
Sure.
that, but I don't know
Yeah.
what it is. Anyhow, yeah, non-replicable images. You know,
Yeah.
like if I sell a photo to a company and I say this has a 1 year license, you could like program that into the NFT that you send to them so that
Okay.
after a year, if they continue to use it, you're just automatically like credited to your account. Like they literally can't steal it. They automatically pay you. There's a lot of potential, but unfortunately right now they're mostly used for like weird animated zombies and apes on yachts and stuff, which
Yeah. And
it's,
I don't understand.
I mean, it's anything in its infancy, right? Like think about the early days of the internet and how weird and lawless that place was. And I think
Yeah.
that's where NFTs are right now.
Yeah, kind of trying to find a home. So how does that, I guess, how does that affect you as a photographer? Is that like, do you look at that as an avenue to potentially make more money? Do you look at that as an avenue that's worth exploring more? Or do you look at it as something that like could potentially affect what you do negatively? Like, and I'm genuinely curious because I just don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't actually see a negative downside other than group two that I mentioned before, where like there's some unbelievably angry people who just want to like start fights on the internet. And
Yeah.
I've received a little bit of that, but I'm not super into the scene, so I haven't, it's not like a ton. But
Yeah.
I do see it like long term being great. And it was cool when it started last year because you know we were just coming out of 2020. Probably not a huge surprise to anyone listening that travel photography took a huge hit during 2020. Was not
Yeah.
booking a lot of travel gigs
Yeah.
during the pandemic. So it was kind of nice. Like in early 2021, NFTs started up, and it was to me it kind of felt like just selling prints, right? Like I have a print shop. People can buy a 24 by 36 photo for $500 for an
Yeah.
example. But you know, I sell maybe 10 of those a year. It's
Right.
not something I really focus on a ton, but all of a sudden NFTs came out and people were buying a digital JPEG. I didn't even have to print for like $4,000. And it was like, oh, hell yeah, this is awesome.
What? That's so crazy.
Yeah. And so I think the way like the huge proponents of NFTs, they're kind of betting on humanity like transitioning into the metaverse, which
Got it.
I hate that Facebook has like tried to
Oh,
copyright
yeah.
that whole concept. But I do actually see like, you know, virtual reality is
For
getting
sure.
really good. We have these cool goggles. We're all already on the internet all the time. So like I could see that happening. And so these people are basically like they're trying to be the first to the punch to buy artwork for their like digital real estate.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's totally a chance in 15 years we're all completely plugged in and they're right and they're like amazing bet, you know. But I am just a dude who sells art. And so if you guys want to bet on that being the future and in the process buy a bunch of my photos, let's party.
Yeah. All in.